I'm here to talk about three major important challenges that are faced in the education system, that the school education system of India. What are these three major challenges? First is quality education. Second is the price at which this quality education is imparted. And third is the infrastructure. Now you will think about quality education, considering a couple of teachers that come up to your mind who probably taught you well, all of it. No, here I'm talking about quality education as a uniform education for every child of this country. We are a 1.4 billion people nation. Do you know how many kids go to school? Over 30 crores. Kids go to school in India. Now, India, demographically, geographically, it's a country where 70% of the people stay in the rural parts. We belong to certain cities. We've not seen that kind of a deprivation in terms of good quality education. But in rural India, today also, there are over 20 crore kids who go to school and they don't have that access to the quality education that we get in a tier 1 or a metro city. So who's actually working for these cities, tier 2 cities, villages, who's working for it? How are we planning to actually impart quality education to these kids also? Maybe they're not contributing much in the GDP right now, but they are the future. These children are the catalyst for a better society, a better future. Coming to teaching. Do you all think school teaching is a very highly paid job? No. But at the same time, if there are good teachers, they're bound to commercialize themselves. Here comes in the price at which this quality education is imparted. Then comes in the franchisee model for these quality education, coaching classes and all of this aspect. But how many farmers and their kids can actually afford this? How many people can actually get easy access to these? I doubt. So how are we planning to solve this issue? There comes an infrastructure issue as well. That's the third point. When I talk about infrastructure, it's not about classroom, or it's never about a bench, or it's not about certain playgrounds and for sports amenities in the school. I'm talking about infrastructure in terms of your technology, infrastructure in terms of your innovation, infrastructure in terms of easy and accessible education. So here, you consider another field like transport, communication, probably transport if you'll just consider. I flew down from Pune to Jaipur. It took me an hour, 30 minutes. 300 years back, probably I would have walked here, or I had a bullock cart, or I would have come in a coal train. Now imagine education 300 years back. Same blackboard, same limestone chalk. Today also is the same. Communication, if you consider, same format. If we had to communicate 300 years back, what were we doing? Writing letters or sending pigeons? Then came in what? The mailing, the trunk calls, the telegrams, posts, STDs. Then came in your mobile phones, pagers before that. Then came in your video calls now. So communications evolved, changed over certain time. Over this period. Transportation, you'll have seen how drastically it's changed. Why not education? Who's evolved all this? Education's made us evolve all this. So education is not evolved. Teaching kids is not evolved. It's the same blackboard and the same limestone chalk. Why are we not doing research into this? How do we teach our kids? We've not thought about it. Imagine the blackboard is now in certain metro cities is just turned to maybe a whiteboard and a marker, but nothing beyond that. I as a child have to keep guessing what my teacher is going to write the next line and wait for her to complete that whole paragraph, and then she turns around and then she teaches me. This is how we're actually teaching our kids? This is how we're making the future? No. So it is easy for somebody as a 30-year-old guy sitting outside and criticizing, hundreds of year old systems, and I am myself a product of that system. So it's easy to criticize, discredit them for whatever they've done. I'm not here to criticize. I was trying to find a solution. How could we actually find a solution for these three major problems? And a book came across. That idea of a book came across me. So I will think, what can a book actually do? These are major issues. These are issues like throughout the country you got to implement a uniform education system. So how a book can solve it? So I'll just show you all how the book works in a small video. It's hardly a couple of seconds. How does the EduTech book work? You'll see there are QR codes in front of every question, every topic. Now what does the QR code do? You scan that QR code, a teacher comes up and explains you in high definition graphics what exactly is the topic or that question and how do you solve it. So now your child has access to education 24/7 by a teacher, an assistant teacher more of it. He's carrying a teacher. It's like a genie. Kuch bhi doubt aage, just scan it. The teacher comes up, explains you. You take the book along with you anywhere. Your child is not going to miss out on any games, anything. So does this only restrict to games or anything of that sort? No. We at that book in EduTech, we've inculcated every single question that is going to come across about that topic. Hundreds and thousands of questions. We have content over 50,000 videos in a book, in one single book. What does this book do? How easily it's going to solve these problems? It's a smart book. Imagine thousands and crores of rural kids. Now they want to learn, have good quality education. So I get them to the city to learn? No. Can I take all the good teachers from the city to the villages? No. Is that going to be convenient? No. So what do? We gift wrap all of these teachers in one book and give that book to the child in a rural part sitting miles and miles away from a city. Now he has that same equal opportunity, equal exposure, equal grounds, what a child from city can get access to. This is what the book is solving. I'll give you a very small example is what exactly is happening in today's education system. How are we learning? Everybody knows the cricket legend Sachin Tendulkar. Maybe many of you all for sure know him. His guru and his coach Ramakant Atsrekar. Now imagine Sachin walks up to him in the morning at Shivaji Park and Ramakant Atsrekar tells him, Sachin, just wait and see how I play. Now morning to evening, Ramakant Atsrekar is practicing and showing him how he's playing. End of the day, Sachin says, wow sir, very nice, aap bahut acha khel rahe ho. He says, na yeah beta, now go home and practice with your mom. This is what is happening with our current education system. Teachers doing it on the board and then they expect your parents to do it with you at home. Would Sachin be that if he would have gone home and practiced with his mom? No. So we flipped the classroom. What have we done? We've sent the teacher back home with the child. So now the child is practicing at home where the teacher is just beside him. Now imagine Sachin practicing and Ramakant Atsrekar standing next to him. You play beta, wherever you're stuck, I'm there. I'm there to guide you. That is how we're planning to evolve the system through this book. But is it going to be easy? It's going to be convenient for every child to have the access? Here comes a technology in place, QR code. All thanks to the Prime Minister Narendra Modi ji, who made QR code so easy and accessible to every rural part of the country also, that now today, Google Pay, Phone Pay, any UPI payments, you'll see, majority of them happen through QR code. So this QR code technology, we simply implemented it in a book. That's how easy and accessible the technology could get. I, Nilesh Khedekar, founder and director at EduTech, I'm not here to tell you all that how I want to revolutionize the education industry or how I want to set a mark or create history. No. I just want to create awareness among everybody around here that we have to start innovating and researching how differently we could teach. Otherwise, it's going to be that same blackboard and the same chalk 5 years down the line also. We need to innovate how we teach, how we impart good education. Thank you so much. That was my